Okay, so everybody get ready. He forgot his password. Now, this whole process that would take a normal person at most 2 minutes to get done, it takes him almost half an hour to do.
I literally just changed my Steam password. And it says it's not correct, even though I'm trying to, this makes no sense at all. I'm typing my email address.
In fact, if you look at this whole page, nowhere on the page does it even say the word email. This is why we laugh at you, Phil. This is why we think you're a dummy. Because you pull shit like this. Welcome back, guys, and welcome to the first episode of DSP Tech Fails. And while for most people there's nothing wrong with being an idiot or struggling to understand tech, what makes Darkside Phil so legendary about it is that most of his fails fall into one of two categories. The first one is that the fails are so obvious that Phil should have known better. It's either that the answer is staring right in the face, or that he already did this before. He already solved this problem before, but he somehow now can't remember it or whatever, and therefore he should have known better. And the second category is that he genuinely doesn't know, but instead of trying to look it up and solve the problem himself, he'll usually beg and cry for a stream chat to solve the problem for him and to give him suggestions. And then, what makes it even better is that when people do try to give him suggestions, if he doesn't like it, or if he's too lazy to do it, he'll then yell at them and say that it was a dumb idea. And today we're going to go into two examples of these. One is from Classic Phil, way back in the day, when been playing Spider-Man on the PS1, before he went into capture cards. And then the second clip is going to be from Modern Phil, when he had a disaster setting up his new PC. And to start off, we're going to go with Classic Phil, and we're going to see that when he's playing Spider-Man, he tries to save his game. And he runs into a little bit of a problem.
Hey, what? I have a memory card plugged in. What are you talking about? Please insert a memory card into slot 1. I have a memory card in my PlayStation 2. This could be a problem. Hold on a second. Okay, well, guess what this means? It means I won't be turning off my PlayStation. That's what it means. It means I have to leave my PlayStation on. Try it again, but it's probably not gonna work. Yeah, fuck it. That sucks. I gotta leave my PlayStation on until I beat the game. You tell me why it's not detecting the memory card. For some reason, Spider-Man 1 doesn't let you save on the PlayStation 2.
Alright, and for those who don't know, who weren't aware, or didn't play the PS2 and the PS1 back in the day, the PlayStation 2 was fully compatible with PS1 games. So unless there was a problem with the hardware or whatever, then Phil should have had no problem saving his game. So it might make you wonder, like, what was Phil doing wrong? What mistake did he make? Like, how could he have possibly fucked this up?
Yeah, Spider-Man. Wonder why this game doesn't save on PS2. It makes, like, no sense. Doesn't detect a PS2 memory card. Doesn't detect a PS2 memory card.
So right there, as you can see on the screen, we saw exactly why Phil fucked up. He was playing a PS1 game, but he was trying to use the PS2 memory card to save it. Which obviously, somebody like Darkside Phil, who's played with those PS1 and PS2 games for many, many years, it's about as clear as day that you have to use a PS1 memory card if you want to save on PS1 games. Because the PS2 memory card was formatted differently because the file sizes for PS2 games were just so much bigger because it was so much more advanced. So, I mean, come on. Phil should have known better. And also, just another cherry on top of this, is that I'm pretty sure he did have a PS3 at this time. And so, it really scratches your head as to why he didn't use a PS3. Because with the PS3, he could have, especially, even if it was just a slim PS3, which is the one that wasn't compatible with, like, PS2 games, it would still be compatible with PS1 games. And the PS3 would allow you to create virtual PS1 and PS2 memory cards. That way you could save your games at will, no muss, no fuss. And so that one pretty that one pretty much wraps up that piece. And let's see. And we're gonna go into like one final segment to this part because it's extra amazing. And so you would think that as soon as he found out he couldn't save his game, you would think he would, like, you know, as soon as he's done with gameplay, he would immediately go over to a GameStop or some other store and buy a memory card right away and take care of it, right? Well, no. Phil, being the lazy bastard he is, he takes a different approach.
Alright, my PlayStation 2's been paused for 2 days. I'm not even kidding, because I didn't have a PlayStation 1 memory card. And actually, over the weekend, I did go out and get one from a local game exchange, which is a used game store in my area. So hopefully I'll be able to save my game today. So here, because I did buy a memory card, like I said. Yeah! I can actually save.
Yep, you heard that right, folks. He was so lazy that he literally left his PlayStation on for 2 days straight. Oh, God. He left it on overnight, non-stop, for like 2 full days because he was too lazy to just take a little bit of his free time and just drive down and get a memory card as soon as possible. Oh, boy. Which, not only is that just flat out laziness, but it's also, from a tech standpoint, that's really not good for your consoles to be running non-stop like that. It just adds wear and tear on them. It shortens the lifespan. It's just not good. And not to mention, it's also gonna just further needlessly rack up your electric bill for no good reason. But you see, in the end, he finally got one and he finally solved it. But anyway, yeah. I mean, come on, Phil should have known better. That's the bottom line. And the fact that he was scratching his head about it just shows that, yeah, he can be a real dunderhead when it comes to tech. But yeah. But the nonsense doesn't stop here because, I mean, because Phil has always been bragging about how he's changed, how he's improved as a content creator, how he's changed for the better. But yet, when it comes to tech, just like many other areas, he has not changed a bit. He is still a complete nincompoop, and he's also a bit arrogant when it comes to it. As we'll see right now, when he's setting up his new PC in 2024. And he has some internet problems.
So, yeah, it won't even connect to the internet. It says, even though it's connected by a wire, all right, it should be fine. Unidentified network, no internet. I literally gave it the information for my wireless downstairs. It tries to log in. Secured, cannot connect to this network. So what do? I can't get through the Windows install. How am I supposed to fix this? It won't connect to either network. So how am I supposed to fix this? Control-Shift-F3. Control-Shift-F3. Okay, it says just a moment now. Check Ethernet settings in Windows. Okay, I have to find that. So that would be under the Windows here. All that's here is Edge and settings. That's literally it. All apps, maybe? Disability. Like, how would I see Ethernet on this thing? I have no idea.
Oh my fucking God. He's literally a 16-year content creator who's had over, like, what, 20, maybe 23 years of working with computers, going on the internet and everything, and he literally doesn't know how to find his fucking internet settings. And you know what? He's on Windows 11, so I can show it right here. I'm just going to switch over. Yeah, you can see me right over here. Okay, and you can see it. You see the little speakers right over here? That's the speaker settings over here, the battery settings over here. And then just over to the right in between the speaker and Ing/US, you have the little box with the Ethernet, because I'm hooked up to Ethernet, and that's your Ethernet settings. And if I was hooked up to Wi-Fi, you'd see the little Wi-Fi logo. Just go there and you right-click. There you go. Network internet settings. And it'll take it right to it. Jesus fucking Christ. This kind of stuff really just gets under my skin. Because it's like, you can't be this dumb. You can't be this stupid that you don't realize how to do basic things. Oh yeah, and one final piece of this whole network access thing. This quick access, the way I just showed you how to quickly access your network settings, that hasn't changed since at least Windows 7, 15 years ago. So Phil has no fucking excuse for being on a new operating system. It's been exactly the same way for probably a good 15, 20 years. Hey, if you're enjoying the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel.
Settings. I went to settings. Network and internet. Okay. So, It says not connected. You aren't connected to any networks, but it says you're connected to the Ethernet, but there's no internet. I can show you the PC on cam, but then if it shows my IP address, I'm fucked. You understand? Aren't you guys glad I'm doing this now? Isn't this great, PCs? They're amazing, right? So here we are. Here, I'm going to get rid of my border for now. There. So here we are. What am I supposed to do here? This is the same Ethernet that I used both with the mini PC and consoles. It works. There's nothing wrong with it. It works. The Ethernet is working. The PC is not working with it for some reason.
Now the funny part about this whole thing is that but when I first saw this back in 2024, it kind of made me smile because I had the exact same issue before I moved to my new place. Yeah, back when I was at my old place, I had some pretty shitty internet over there, and I ran into the exact same problem, where sometimes my internet would work with some devices, but not others. And typically, like, whenever you have internet problems, usually like the go-to response, no matter what the internet problem is just restart your internet. Whether it's a modem, a router, both, whatever. Just restart your internet. That usually just means unplug it, and then wait for like 3 seconds, and plug it back in. And then usually worst case scenario, you might have to restart your internet twice, and then that 90% of the time that solves the issue. Unless there's an actual issue with your ISP, unless they're having a problem, and that's usually not the case if you have partial successful internet. But usually just restarting your internet once, worst case scenario twice, that can usually solve the problem. And typically that'll take you like maybe at most 20 minutes, and that's if your internet takes a really long time to boot up. But Phil, because he's live streaming right now and he doesn't want to do that, he reacts explosively when people suggest this to him.
Shut up about restarting the modem. Boy, you guys are dumb. I'm literally on the internet broadcasting. You want me to restart my modem? You think that's gonna fix the PC's issues? Restarting the modem. Shut the fuck up. God, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And also, just something else that just popped into my head is that literally last year, he had the exact same problem. While he was live streaming, he could only get internet access through his streaming PC. He couldn't get internet or Wi-Fi access through his residential internet line downstairs. He couldn't get it to work with his laptop. He couldn't get it to work with his phone or anything else. And just like back then, his viewers had to drag him kicking and screaming to even thinking that the idea of restarting the modem might be a good idea. Except last year, he was so stubbornly resistant that his internet didn't get restarted until his internet company actually sent a maintenance guy over. And then guess what happened back then? The guy restarted the internet, both of them, and boom, wham, bam, done. His internet was back to normal.
No, the internet's still not working. That did nothing. Rebooting did nothing. But I hate this shit. This is why I tell you guys I stay away from PCs. The moment I boot it, it doesn't work. The fucking moment I booted it, it wouldn't even work.
No, Phil, your computer was working fine, you just had a problem with the internet. That's not a PC issue, that's an internet issue, Phil. Stop trying to shit on the PC gaming community just because you don't like it. Just because you're too lazy to actually, learn things or actually try to figure it out for yourself. I mean, come on, Phil. And again, you had this exact same problem last year before you upgraded your PC. So it's not a PC issue.
And now I gotta deal with it. How many hours do we have to do this? Just to get it to do simple fucking tasks, right?
Fun enough, do you know how long this whole segment took? The whole, internet fiasco? It took about an hour for him to actually take care of it. It took him over an hour before he finally took care of it. And again, an issue that he could have easily solved in worst case scenario, 20 minutes.
I'm going to pause my recording, and I'm going to do what people suggested. I'm literally going to unplug my modem and replug the modem in. I'm also going to unplug the network box down there, the router. I'm going to replug that in. I'm going to unplug and replug everything getting a completely refreshed internet connection. All right? So now that will be fixed. All right? And we did the driver, where we're literally doing every step possible along the way here. Okay?
And do you see what he did right there? After shitting on people nonstop for saying to restart the internet, what did he do? He says, I'm going to restart the internet, I'm going to restart this, I'm going to restart absolutely everything. So he's literally going to try to obscure the fact that he's restarting his internet by saying, oh, I'm going to restart everything. That way, in his mind, he thinks he's covered his ass, and therefore he's going to think, I don't know what, and that way he's going to think, I did everything. So that way nobody can accuse me of ignoring good advice, because I did everything.
Okay? That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to pause recording right now and I'll be back. Okay, so we're back. Here's what I did so far tonight. I fully updated the Ethernet driver on the motherboard manually with a USB stick. It didn't work. I then just fully refreshed, meaning unplugged and replugged both my Ethernet hub, switch, router, whatever you want to call it, down there on the floor, and my modem. And it worked. So what was the issue? Was it the driver? Was it the modem? Was it what was it? I don't even know what we just did that fixed it. I mean, we literally did everything possible to fix it. So, but what did we even do?
And you see right here, Phil is playing dumb, acting like, oh, what fixed it? I don't know what fixed it. It could have been any of these things. And one of the things that I left out of this recording, just for brevity, just to make the video, somewhat short and sweet, is that before he did this whole throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks approach, he actually did update the Ethernet, driver and everything, and that didn't solve the issue. And he also tried a different Ethernet cable that he knew was working, and that didn't solve the issue either. Along with a couple other things. So him just trying to say, I threw everything at the wall and something stuck, we don't know what. Yeah, he's trying. He see what he's doing here. He's trying to manipulate his audience into thinking that, there's no way we can possibly know what the issue is. Even though restarting the internet is exactly what fixed this exact same problem last year. And what is the first thing that any tech support will tell you if you're having internet problems. And unfortunately for Phil, some of his fans actually realized this. And they said, hold on a second, Phil, you shat all over us when you said that restarting the internet and the modem router or whatever would be a solution. But now you did that, and now your internet's back up and running. So, it's like, don't you owe us at least some kind of apology for shitting all over us like that? I mean, come on. And let's watch how Phil reacts.
Why apologize for what? Why would I apologize? Everyone gave me a different answer of what was wrong. Some people said it was the BIOS. Some people said I needed to delete the thing and have it reinstalled. Some people said I had to restart my modem. Some people said I had to restart my router. No one gave me a solid answer on anything, so we literally just did everything. Now somehow I'm at fault. Shut up about restarting the modem. Boy, you guys are dumb. I'm literally on the internet broadcasting. You want me to restart my modem? You think that's gonna fix the PC's issues? Restarting the modem. Shut the fuck up. God, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Hey, if you're enjoying the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel.
I'm a heinous villain because a new PC arrived and it gave me all this frustration tonight. So I'm the heinous villain. Gotcha. Okay, thank you so much. Heinous villain time. You can call, in fact, you know what? Don't call me DSP anymore. Call me HVP. Heinous Villain Phil. There we go. Sounds good to me. Just call me the heinous villain. All right?
So there you just saw Phil, despite being the asshole in the situation, he once again plays the victim and acts like, I have no idea why I need to apologize to you guys. I did nothing wrong. Why are you guys being so mean to me? You don't hold anybody else to these kind of standards. Come on. Unbelievable. But if you thought Phil's PC setup stream disaster was over, don't wait. We are just about to reach the crescendo when he tries to log into Steam.
If I log in with Steam, maybe it would just do everything through Steam. Let's try that. This would make it easier if this works. Let's see if this even works. Yeah, I forgot my Steam password.
Okay, so everybody get ready. He forgot his password. Now, this whole process that would take a normal person at most 2 minutes to get done, it takes him almost half an hour to do.
Might as well change it now since I don't remember it. Okay, they're sending me an account verification code. Here it is. My password. Now I should be able to do this. And my PC's restarting. It installed all the... I just changed my password, and it says this is not correct. I literally just changed my Steam password. And it says this is not, it's not correct, even though I'm trying to, this makes no sense at all. I literally just changed my Steam password, and it won't log in with the password I just created. It says wrong password. I just changed it. Are you kidding? Here, I do it again. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm changing it, and it's not working. This is the dumbest thing ever. Have you ever changed your Steam password and it says it didn't work? Oh, I didn't mistype it because I had to confirm it, so I know I typed it right. I'm going to try to reset it to something completely different. Oh, it's completely different. This is insane. Are you kidding? I can't log into Steam. It won't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. Guys, I can't log into Steam now. This is insane. Are you kidding? I can't log into Steam. It won't work. I just changed the password again. I'm going to log in with the new password I just made, and it says it doesn't work.
Okay, now at this point, he's now tried to reset his password multiple times and it hasn't worked. So wouldn't at this point you think, okay, maybe it's not the password issue, maybe there's something else I'm doing wrong? I mean, it's like, wouldn't somebody who actually has a functioning brainstem, who doesn't have a brain that's, you know, half dead from mobile games and being drowning in gin for 24 hours a day, don't you think a normal person would think, okay, let's double check, let's make sure that I've got let's make sure that I've got my account name and everything correct. Let's make sure that I didn't misremember something. Yeah, let's look at the login page and let's make sure that I've crossed my T's and dotted my I's. You know, maybe that's what I should do. But nope.
And I even got recent changes to your Steam account email. Your Steam account password has been successfully changed. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. I'm on my phone. I'm not through Green Man Gaming, so shut up in the chat. People are being jerks again. I just did it on my phone. I literally, just on my phone, said change my password to my Steam account. Put in the new password. Okay, it's accepted. Go to login. Password doesn't work. How is that possible? Spawn Killer did a super chat. I looked up Steam. They're having server connection issues. Does that mean I can't log in because of it? How can I log in via the app when I just can't log into Steam? You guys make no sense. I can't log into Steam and use a QR code when I can't log into Steam anywhere. What are you talking about? I'm typing my email address. Are you saying that I shouldn't be doing that? Oh, wait a minute. That might be what it is. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why is everything so complicated? You can't use the email address. You have to use the login screen name.
Okay, and now just to hammer home just how stupid this guy is, who genuinely thought he had to use his email address to sign in, we're gonna go straight to the Steam login page. Okay, you can see the Steam login page, and I literally showed a giant arrow pointing right to it, where it says sign in with account name. Doesn't say email, doesn't say email address. In fact, if you look at this whole page, nowhere on the page does it even say the word email. I mean, that is astounding to me. How this guy can be so stupid. He can't even read. He can't follow basic instructions. This is why we laugh at you, Phil. This is why we think you're a dummy. Because you pull shit like this.
This has been the stupidest stream I've ever done. Oh, no.
You're right, Phil. This has been the stupidest stream you've ever done. But not for the reasons you think.
That's right. I have been felted and humbled on my own stream tonight.
Okay, guys, I think that pretty much sums up this whole video. Again, a guy who's been on the internet for over 20 years in some capacity or another can't even follow the instructions for a login screen. I think that pretty much sums up Phil right there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I'll see you guys next time.